that there is someone who is taking control of my mind and he is the person who is controlling me. लेकिन मुझे अनुभव चाहिए ही नहीं.
The actual Annabelle doll.
हिटलर और उसका एक कुत्ता, उसका भी भूत दिखाई देता था. ये भी जर्मनी में.
By chance, sir, if anyone would have gone there, so you know, sir, what I'm talking about. Well, guys, as you all saw in the teaser, we have Mr. Rahul Bagool back with us. In this podcast, we will be discussing about the psychological aspects on how people hallucinate and what all people go through. Stay tuned till the end of the podcast. Thank you. So, welcome to Pod Spectrum.
Thank you very much, Aaron.
We have chosen a very fun topic or a spooky topic. So, sir, basically, so you have explored many places. So, have you faced any paranormal activities?
Yes, this is not my personal experience as such, but there are lots of hearsays. And to be frank enough, I am not a paranormal expert and I have no knowledge about many scientific terms, or is there any scientific terms to sing of ghost or something like that. No. But yes, certain instances definitely we will try to share it in our screen now. And there is a huge difference between a ghost and a spirit, because we take this as a synonym. Okay, we take this as a synonym, but this is not a synonym. These are two different terms, ghost and spirits.
Could you, sir, elaborate on these terms?
While talking to the experts, I came to know the definitions of spirits and ghosts. Like I said, I'm not the expert one. I may be wrong in some aspect, but there is nothing wrong in sharing certain experiences. There is a difference. Spirit doesn't have any body, and spirits move everywhere randomly. They don't have any specific zones as such. Whereas ghost, like we say, they are tied up to one area, one location. These are the deceased people who have left something behind.
Yeah.
And because of the tragic death, all of a sudden, it's very difficult to realize that they are no more. And that is the reason why they always feel that they are attached to the worldly things. So if जो ghost होता है, उनको लगता है कि ये घर मेरा है and I should take care of my property. So उनके जो आत्मा है, it is not trying to leave that. It is trying to be in that place itself. So if a person who comes thereafter, sorry, अगर मैं बात करूंगा not a person but from generation next उनकी, तो he may not face any problem. But suppose any other intruder comes in that area, then he may start experiencing certain paranormal activities. To be precise, paranormal activities कब experience होते हैं? According to me, if you are not psychologically stable. This has to do with depression, this has to do with anxiety. There are many cases where a human mind is not steady, it is not rational. This is according to me. This is all the fun games what we are experiencing as a ghost. According to me, there are no ghosts, no spirits. But yes, there is some negative energy, because if there is a positivity, there has to be a negativity.
Yes.
And if we are surrounded by negativity, that is the reason we always say to each other, be positive, be positive. Why not? Why not be negative, be negative?
Yes.
Okay. So we are surrounded by certain aura. And that aura, what we carry, we also see the same. And we try hallucinating them.
The aura which they have, like they want to guard the property or those aspects. Sir, even if he or she was murdered, and even though they want to avenge their death or something, as in the movies they are showed that the ghost is like in full revenge mode, scares them, threatens them. But in reality, I don't feel that could take place.
First of all, they don't have any physical appearance and they don't have any power even to blow anything around you. So whatever is shown in the movie or whatever certain experiences we hear from others, कि there was some moment the thing started to move on its own, ऐसा नहीं होता है. Whatever you assume before sleeping, you try to hallucinate. This is what my experience is all about. I have heard n number of experiences regarding this. It is a normal booth, पिशाच बोलते हैं. Secondly, there is a Brahma Samman, then there is a Vetal, and then there is a हिंदी में या उर्दू में उसे चुड़ैल कहा जाता है. In Marathi it is called a chetkid, witch.
Oh.
So there are various forms of ghost and the spirits. So if you have an encounter with these things, I try to analyze in such a way that whether this person who is experiencing this kind of symptoms is a positive way of mind, whether he is a natural rational person or no. कभी कभी क्या होता है, if he is having a sleepless nights, he may hallucinate many things.
True, absolutely.
Okay, so these things come across.
So even I agree with you. So moving forward, why do people label certain places as haunted?
Yes, now one instance. This is a little lengthy explanation. Like I said, this is mere observation. This I have observed in Europe. I won't name the place, but I have come across similar experiences getting here in Mumbai also. See, I have heard it from many of them. What I observed was, ये जो झूला था ना, ये अपने आप हिलता था. And one of the landlady was a neighbor by chance. She had given a clear indication that this place is haunted and there are certain activities which are beyond explanation. You may come across the swing moving on its own. Now, I observed those instances very carefully. Consecutive 2 days, I observed it. There were two swings. One swing was not moving as the other one was. Okay. Then someone told me that they found someone occupying that seat and it was moving. The swing was moving. But if you look at it in a logical way, when I happened to visit that area very closer, I found that at particular time the wind blows in a particular direction and one swing was heavy and other was comparatively lighter. Now, as you know, if a wind blow, the lighter one will react.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the stronger one won't react as the lighter one.
Definitely.
So naturally, the swing was seen for hardly less than 1 minute or so, and the other swing hardly moved. Then these things start popping up that there is a ghost and this area is haunted. Haunted means this property belonged to the owner who is no more. He is not breathing anymore. He has already left the earthly place. So that becomes a haunted place. So he is originally the owner of the house and he is no more. And he is not ready to accept that he is not more.
Sir, also I recollected there's a term like demonology. And demons, they say that they have a very ill intention towards basically anybody. So, sir, could you elaborate on demonology?
There are instances where you will see the violent brisks, you will see on the hands. There is no answer when you see all of a sudden you get up in the morning and there are bruises on your hand. Now that may be the effect of demons or something like that. But in reality, in deep sleep,
Yep.
there may be some insects which may be troubling you, and out of reflexes, you must be scratching your hands,
True.
or you are unintentionally getting collided with some of the nearby whatever material you have, and you must have got wounds through it. बट दिस पीपल दे से दैट नहीं नहीं वहाँ पर कुछ राक्षसों का प्रभाव था और उसके कारण राक्षस ने मुझे वहाँ से हटाने के लिए दे हैव अटैक्ड मी एंड सो ऑन. सो मुझे इतना ही मालूम है. लाइक आई सेड, आई एम नॉट अ एक्सपर्ट इन दिस, बट दिस एक्सपीरियंसेस made me think in a logical way. Even when I used to travel here and there, I currently keep on traveling. I interact with lot of people and I keep on listening to their stories. And later on, the inference is because of certain psychological disorders, he starts assuming certain things which are not real. He thinks that there is someone who is taking control of my mind and he is the person who is controlling me. So, whatever comes in his mind, he is assuming that it is this supernatural power which is controlling and forcing him to do certain things, which in reality he may not have done if he wouldn't have possessed by so-called spirit. And majority of the instances, wherever I go, whether it is Europe, whether it is Asia, wherever, the stories are same, the content is same, only the location changes. The main criteria is whether this person is sound. But if you are visualizing something, it is absolutely abnormal. Okay.
Absolutely.
So ये हर व्यक्ति के ऊपर है कि whether to believe it or not. I don't believe it. लोग बोलते हैं कि जब तक तुम्हें अनुभव नहीं आएंगे, तुम विश्वास नहीं रखोगे, ट्रू है,
That's right.
लेकिन मुझे अनुभव चाहिए ही नहीं. आई डोंट वांट टू एंटर इन दैट मेस ओनली.
So also आपके पास और एक स्टोरी था, I remember you had shared it with me. Sir, it would be great if you share it on the podcast as well.
Yes, there is one location. Again, that location, let us keep it anonymous
Definitely.
because I need to maintain the secrecy in order to avoid any controversy. Our podcast is to share the healthy discussions on the certain experiences when
Yes.
we get across the globe while exploring certain places. Here, while experiencing certain things, एक experience ऐसा था कि मुझे confidently 4 लोगों ने आकर बोला कि if you stay during night at this XYZ place,
Oh.
you will see n number of ghosts in this area.
N number of.
N number of ghosts. You will see the ghost conversing with them. The conversation will take place.
Sir, भूतों का Avengers था क्या वो?
So I was just looking at the experience which were shared by the people. And generally, I don't laugh at them because we don't know at what condition they must have experienced it. See, a person who is experiencing it, he is diligently and very sincerely narrating his stories. And we believe it, whatever he must have seen is 100% true. बाकी हीर से होते हो मिर्च मसाला लगाकर बहुत सारी चीजें इतनी सी होती है, उसको इतना बड़ा करके भी हम लोग सुनते हैं.
Mostly in movies that
हाँ,
happens.
हाँ,
Sir, if
हाँ.
you see the Hollywood movies, which they say it's based on true stories, absolutely. Even Annabelle also, it's mostly, I don't know sir, I heard it that the actual Annabelle doll used to not, वो ऐसा डराता नहीं था, jump scare it used to not give people, but what it used to do was it used to certain sounds or certain like movement, something used to happen. Those things they say, but it was never that the doll used to scare others as it is shown in the movies. It was just a thing that used to have some spooky effects. So what do you think? Can a doll or something show spooky effects?
I have seen people having dolls or certain images or statues of certain totems, what we call as a totem. It is a replica of something. Like Adivasi people have a totem. They
Okay.
consider this figure as supernatural and they start worshipping it. Something out of fear or something out of respect. Here it is out of fear. Okay. Now here what I am going to tell you about that if you have certain statues, please throw it away. ओके, स्टैचूज को घर पे ऐसे नहीं रखते, बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे बोलेंगे. बट कमिंग टू दैट लाइव एक्सपीरियंस व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू शेयर हियर, कई लोगों ने मुझे बोला कि रात के समय यू विल सी सर्टन रेड आईज moving here and there. These are the ghosts who will be keeping vigilance on you. Why? Because you are coming in their property. I said, okay. So I'm not supposed to be here after the sunset. So after the sunset, this paranormal activity gains the strength and they will try to scare you off. Or they will be violent and they will murder you.
Wow.
Okay. ये stories हमने सुनी भी है, मैंने सुनी. Okay. So I decided to go there. बिकॉज मैं घूमने के लिए आया था ना, पैसे भर के घूमने आया था. इट वॉज अ ऑफिशियल प्लेस, ऐसे नहीं अनऑफिशियल जगह पर गया था. एज अ टूरिस्ट आई गॉन देयर. सो आई डिसाइडेड टू एक्सपीरियंस इट. 24 घंटे खुला था वो जगह. ऐसा नहीं है कि 5 बजे बंद होता है, 6 बजे बंद होता है. खुली थी. मैं रहा. वी वर 3 ऑफ अस. हम लोग वहां पर रहे. बिलीव मी, मुझे वो रेड आइज दिखाई दिए. आई कुड हियर मर्मरिंग साउंड. आई कुड फील द प्रेजेंस ऑफ सर्टन एलिमेंट्स other than 3 of us, because we only 3 of them were there at that historical spot. हिस्ट्री का मुझे अभ्यास करना अच्छा लगता है, इसलिए मैं हिस्टोरिकल प्लेसेस पर जाता हूँ. तब ऐसी कथा सुनने को मिलती है और जब मिलती है तब मुझे जिज्ञासा होती है. और जिज्ञासा बस मैं देखना चाहता हूँ कि क्या हो रहा है. तो आई कुड सी देम. एंड लेटर ऑन जब ये हो गया तब मैं तीनों लोगों को बताने लगा कि दीज वेर द पैंथर्स.
Oh.
Because there is a forest which is surrounding this historical area, and forest में से बहुत सारे leopards. Then you have langurs. Langurs, they disappear after sunset. You will never spot them during night time. But these nocturnal animals like barn owl, ये रात को ही आते हैं, उनका वही काम है. So I could see the red, yellow eyes. ये भूत नहीं थे, ये प्राणी थे जो ऊपर आए थे.
मासूम प्राणी.
Yes.
जो अपना इवनिंग वॉक करने गए.
Of course.
उनको बदनाम कर दिया
Yes.
पब्लिक ने.
And you know the bats, they send certain signals.
Yes.
And these were not the murmuring of any ghost. ये बैट्स के सिग्नल्स थे,
Hmm.
हाउ दे स्क्रीच,
Yep.
ये था. सो ये मन सब कहानी है, कथाएं है ना, ऐसे क्यों की जाती है. नाउ
Hmm.
कमिंग टू दैट मेन परसेप्शन, माय परसेप्शन, हिस्टोरिकल प्लेसेस इज फुल ऑफ हिस्टोरिकल वेल्थ.
Agreed.
गोल्ड होगा, सिल्वर होगा, जो भी होगा. नाउ व्हेन दैट एरिया इज 100% फुल ऑफ वेल्थ, कितने लोगों की वहां पर इच्छाएं होगी धन प्राप्त करने की.
True.
So, in order to keep the tourist away from those places, they cook up certain stories. And if you create a fear, that fear will take control of your subconscious state, conscious state, and you will only see, you will only visualize, and you will only hear whatever you are shown, whatever you heard about it. So, this historical place is embodiment of huge wealth, historical wealth. And if the vested interest have interest in that, naturally you will find many tunnels, historical tunnels on the forts also, or any historical area. So naturally these are the pathways to this, what you can say, jewelry.
By chance, sir, if anyone would have gone there aspiring for some,
Hmm.
so you know, sir, what I'm talking about. So
Yes.
if they go, or by chance they are murdered or something,
Hmm.
then they can also label it as bhoot ne murder kiya hai.
Yes.
So be aware of
Yes,
thinking
there
of
are
going into
dacoits,
this
there
place.
are people who will definitely, if you trespass in their comfort zone, naturally it's a big threat for their survival. So
Hmm.
naturally they will attack you. These things are happened. These things keep on happening. This must have happened in earlier past also. There was a movie called Mala Mal. Paresh Rawal was the lead role.
Okay.
Exactly वही story है.
अच्छा.
So if you have immense wealth, पूरा गांव उसमें सहमत हो जाता है. बिकॉज सबको हिस्सा मिलना होता है. एवरी टाइम ये ऐसा ही होता है ऐसा नहीं है, मेरा ये दावा ऐसा नहीं है, ये एक कारण हो सकता है.
हाँ, राइट.
ओके, हम लोग विदाउट एनी प्रूफ वी कैन नॉट पिन पॉइंट ऑन एनी वन. दिस इज जस्ट अ थॉट. घोस्ट इज जस्ट अ क्रिएटेड वर्जन टू कीप पीपल अवे एंटरिंग इन दैट हिस्टोरिकल एरिया वेर ह्यूज वेल्थ इज हिड. हो सकता है.
So that's the most favorable thing. So do you feel there is something black magic?
People are into black magic, that is witchcraft, what we call it as. See, this is a feeling, ill feeling and hatred, jealousy. मनुष्य के मन में अनेक प्रकार की भावना होती है, and जिस भावना परम चरण पर चली जाती है, your mind starts playing with the other mind.
Yep.
It starts controlling the other mind. Black magic actually होता है कि नहीं, it's a controversial topic, but the feelings of hatred naturally affects you. ये experience सभी को होता है.
Agreed.
See, people with ill thoughts, they will play politics with you. Okay, उनके हाथ से ऐसी चीजें होती है जिसे हम लोग बोलते हैं ब्लैक मैजिक है. एक्चुअली ही प्लेज द पॉलिटिक्स.
Yes.
He creates a situation where he knows your weak points. Okay, और जो वीक पॉइंट्स में हम लोग जब फंसने लगते हैं ना, तब हमें लगता है अरे मुझ पर किसी ने ब्लैक मैजिक किया है. ओके, सो ये एक परसेप्शन हो सकता है.
Agreed.
ओके, बट ये होता है डेफिनेटली. निगेटिव एनर्जी तो डेफिनेटली है. यू कैनॉट इग्नोर ईच एंड एवरीथिंग.
True, sir.
बट भूत हैविंग अ बॉडी, इट वेयर्स अ साड़ी, इट हैज अ वाइट अटायर, ये सब गलत है. इट हैज नो शेप. Even if it is just like a shadow, or it is just a illusion. People may see.
Hallucinate. Even I feel most of the times, most of the
Yes.
people might hallucinate, or they are so in deep with that topic.
Absolutely, it is sleep paralysis also.
Sleep
paralysis, where your body is fixed,
Okay.
but your mind is continuously awake because you are deprived of sleep, and you may see yourself because
Agreed.
your mind keeps on fluctuating. There are instances where I heard that they feel difficulty in breathing. That may be because of the gastric problems also, because if you're full of acidity and gas, naturally there is a difficulty in breathing also. So you feel that someone is exerting pressure on you, and it's very difficult for you to breathe comfortably, and all of a sudden in deep sleep you tend to get up, and then you start having a psychological disorder कि कोई मेरे छाती पर बैठा था and मेरा गला दबाने का प्रयास कर रहा था.
True.
I think it's a sleep paralysis, you can see.
Yep.
So ये मन में चलने वाले हमारे विचार होते हैं, ये
Definitely.
ऐसे जन्म देते हैं.
ऐसा क्या है कि इंसान का भूत रहता है, जानवर का भूत नहीं रहता है.
यस, वेरी ट्रू। मनुष्य और प्राणियों की अगर बात करेंगे तो,
ओके।
बट लाइक यू राइटली पॉइंटेड आउट, कि प्राणियों के भूत क्यों नहीं होते। हिटलर और उसका एक कुत्ता, उसका भी भूत दिखाई देता था, ये भी जर्मनी में दिखाई
सर
देता
ये
है।
बताओ ना सर, जर्मन्स को क्या
ये ऐसा
मिसकंसेप्शन
बहुत
आता
लोग
था?
बोलते हैं कि उसका भूत उसको लेके वो वॉक के लिए जाता है, ऐसे बहुत लोगों ने जर्मनी में
सर
देखा
बट
है।
वर्ल्ड वॉर 2 के बाद तो हिटलर ने तो सुसाइड किया सर, वॉक करने का क्या सेंस बनता है
सुसाइड
डॉक्टर
करके
से?
ही वो चला गया वॉक करने के लिए, उसका आत्मा कीप्स ऑन मूविंग हियर
सर
एंड देयर।
कुत्ता को भी मार डाला।
हाँ, तो उसका भी भूत दिखाई देता है, लेकिन कुत्ता कुछ करता नहीं है। जो भी करता है मनुष्य ही करता है। ओके, ये मैं सोचता रहता हूँ, देर में बी आंसर्स टू द, ऐसे लोगों के पास उसके उत्तर होंगे जो इसमें डिग्री मिलनी हो, उनके पास डिग्री होगी, उनके पास नॉलेज होगा, और ये इस पर अभ्यास कर रहे होंगे। जैसे घोस्ट हंटर्स होते हैं, दे कम अप विथ लॉट ऑफ इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स। आई डोंट बिलीव इन एनी ऑफ द इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स, बाय द वे। वो कोई भी इंस्ट्रूमेंट लगाओ, आई डोंट बिलीव इन दैट, बिकॉज दैट इंस्ट्रूमेंट इज 100% अनरिलायबल। इट कैचेस एनी साउंड। अभी देखो ना, मेरे घर पर कैमरा है, ओके, वहां से कीड़ा भी जाएगा ना, कैमरा ऑटोमेटिकली घूमना चालू हो जाता है। इट सेंसेस एनी प्रेजेंस,
True.
एनी इंस्टेंस, और वो ग्लो भी हो जाता है। तो रात के समय अगर अंधेरे में इफ समथिंग ग्लोज, तो कैमरा में देखते हैं लोग, बोलते हैं देखो भूत है, ग्लो हो रहा है, कुछ आवाज भी आ रहा है। वो कीड़े का भी हो सकता है।
सर बट भूत कैमरा में कैप्चर ही कैसे होएगा?
आई डोंट आई डोंट थिंक।
उसका बॉडी तो है ही नहीं।
कुछ ऐसा वाइट वाइट दिखाई देता है, कुछ शैडो दिखाई देता है।
यस।
इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू जज ऑन दिस। लाइक आई सेड, लेट अस कीप इन दिस डायरेक्शन, कि जिनको इस पर विश्वास रखना है विश्वास रख सकते हैं,
डेफिनेटली नो बैड।
जिनको इस पर विश्वास नहीं रखना है नहीं रखना है। मुझे तो इस पर विश्वास नहीं है, लेकिन मैं सारी बातें सुनता हूँ। एंड इफ आई फाइंड अ सब्सटेंस इन इट,
सर सेम।
हाँ, if I find 100% substance in it, I respect it and I keep quiet, because there is no explanation. Then you have to keep quiet until the experts crack the myth
ट्रू।
or accept the myth. And once you accept the myth, it becomes a reality.
एब्सोल्युटली सर, एग्री। So we can name ourselves Mythbusters
Yes, absolutely.
after this podcast.
We are actually not the Ghostbusters or Mythbusters. This is a healthy discussions on which we want to create awareness कि ये सारे मन के खेल होते हैं, एक्चुअली भूत होता नहीं है। ओके,
Yes,
सो ऐसा मेरा विचार है।
definitely. I agree with you, sir. So it was pleasure having you on the podcast.
थैंक यू वेरी
Thank you
मच।
so much.
इट वाज फन टॉकिंग टू यू,
Yes,
एंड वी शेयर्ड दिस ऑन अ लाइटर नोट।
definitely. So guys, all the myths are busted.
एब्सोल्युटली।
And that's a wrap for our today's episode. Hope you guys have got all your myths busted regarding the horror topics. Stay tuned for further episodes of Pod Spectrum. This is your host signing off.